What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back for another review of The Impact ATL. This is Season 3, Episode 1. The episode is titled, It Goes Down in the ATL. And baby, let's just go ahead and talk about it. First things first, we see that there has been a cast shakeup, okay? A few people came back, and a few people did not. So let's go ahead and break it down. So, of course, first person to talk about is Ari. We already knew that Ari was going to come back to the show because, well, this show kind of revolves around her. And then we talk about her friends. You know what I'm saying? She's kind of like the queen bee of the show. So I knew she was going to be coming back. Now, who else is here? Tucson. Here's the thing, you guys. I'm really tuned in because I want to see the breakdown in their friendship. Not because I want to see the demise of a friendship. No. But it's just very interesting because we've seen them argue on the internet. So I just want to know, like, how did we get to that point? You know what I'm saying? Who else is still there? It's somebody else. Carly. That's who it is. Carly, she is still on this show as well. This time, I'm really hoping that she has some friends because I feel like, especially this last season, baby girl needed some friends to talk to on the show because she wasn't really friends with a lot of people. Now, as far as new cast members, we see Tori Bricks, Light Skin Keisha, and Gloss Up. So I'm just like, wait a second, Gloss Up? So did QC basically just swap out Lakia for her? Because y'all remember, Lakia was a part of the show and she's on the QC label. So that's a little interesting. I do want to say that it does kind of suck that we're not going to see Lakia anymore or Des Dior. And Tay, it seems like he may pop in and out. But, I mean, they may pop in as well, but I just would have liked to see more of the ladies. But it is what it is. Let's go ahead and talk about what happened this episode, though. So, first of all, we see Ari. Baby girl's living good. She has officially moved to Miami. We all know that that's what she wanted to do all last season. And now it's happened for her. So we actually see that Tucson's boyfriend, that's her hairstylist at this point. I guess he's doing her hair since Tay is gone, because y'all know Tay moved to New York. And these two are on the outs. Now, here's the thing. Tucson, at this point, he is still Ari's bestie. However, it seems like he definitely wants Ari and Tay to have a conversation. And he also wants, them to all get on the same page. He wants his friend group back. And on top of that, he wants both of them to come back to ATL because he's the only one still there. So it's given Tucson may be a little bit lonely. Okay? Now, at the same time, Ari has mentioned that her son wants to go back to Atlanta because he misses, the rest of the family. So basically, it seems like it's just her son, and Moneybag living in Miami. And I can imagine that as a child, that may be a little bit hard, especially considering he was always around the rest of his family, Now, the whole reason why we actually see Tucson and Ari is because they are getting ready to go to the Bad Boys premiere. I think it's like the Bad Boys 4 premiere. Yeah, I think it's been 4 movies. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know that they did, the red carpet and all of that. But moving on, y'all, we see Light Skin Keisha, okay? I feel like the last time that I personally saw her on my TV screen was when she was on Love and Hip Hop. I feel like she's done a season of Love and Hip Hop. Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm making that up. But come to find out, you guys, number one, she's an actress. I did not know that she was on Power Book 2 because I don't watch that show. I had no idea that she was even on there. But nonetheless, we actually see her and her husband. His name is Coca something. I can't remember what the rest of it is, but according to her, he's a very involved parent. She just had a baby like 6 months ago. And baby, these two are locked in. To the point where he gave her an iced out watch. Okay? I said, oh, okay. Y'all doing it big. Like, I do remember them being pretty big on like YouTube and stuff and social media. So it seems like they're doing well. The only thing that I'm a little bit concerned about when it comes to Keisha is that I'm hoping that this is not a situation where her man got to be a tag along in almost every scene. You know what I'm saying? Because you know some people, they are like, oh, we're a package deal. It's me and my man. Like, let us get to know you a little bit more before you attach him as a package deal. I'm just saying. But like I said, I did not know that this girl was an actress. Y'all let me know. Have y'all seen Power Book 2? Is she good on there? Let me know in the comments. But moving on, y'all. Carly is back. And I can't lie, Carly looks great. Okay, she looks really good. And like I said, I'm hoping that she has some friends this time. Now, we do, see her. She's meeting up with Tori, who's one of the new girls. And here's the thing. Carly is still talking about music and her ex. Her ex and music. And I just really want her to focus on herself. And baby, let's not even mention Jeffrey, okay? Like, I just want her to let that go because it makes it seem like she can't move without the mention of his name. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you say you put out music and you are independent. You should be dropping a song while this season is playing of this show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see this girl win, but it's just like too much talk about her ex, especially considering in the public eye, we have seen that he's moved on. The man is in jail to begin with, but he's moved on. He's with Mariah the Scientist. Like, just leave him in the past, boo. Now, here's the thing. She meets up with Tori, right? Now, what do we learn about Tori? She is like a TV host. She's a DJ. And according to her, she kind of took over the LA scene as a DJ. And now she's here in the ATL. Well, we actually learned that she is with a rapper by the name of Rich the Kid. And within this conversation, we basically learned two things. One is that Carly, she is still trying to put this music out, like I mentioned, and she basically wants Tori to hear some of the music, which I think is great considering Tori is a DJ, so she should have a really good ear for music. And then we also learned that Tori is engaged, which is cool. I feel like I didn't see her like flashing a ring, so I'm just like, are you really engaged or what's going on? Now here's the thing. Within this conversation, unfortunately, because we are so into the know and we have so much context as far as how reality TV is set up, it was very clear that Tori, you basically moved to ATL for this show. And that's okay. It's absolutely okay. It's an opportunity. Let's see what Tori brings to the show. Moving on, we see Keisha again. She's getting ready for the last premiere of Power Book 2, okay? And in this moment, while she's getting her makeup and hair done, she does open up to her boyfriend as well as her manager about how, she really wants, this to be a really good premiere for herself because, number one, there's going to be a lot of press, okay? There's going to be a lot of press at this event. She wants to make sure she talks to certain people, for example, like People Magazine, because they're the ones who broke the story about her having a baby. And then speaking of baby, this is her first time, going out, being at a premiere 6 months after having a baby. She want to make sure that her body looks right, make sure the pictures look right. Like, I feel like she's definitely feeling a lot of the pressure in this moment. And it's like, girl, relax. You got this. Now, here's the thing. We met light-skinned Keisha when she was supposed to be a rapper. However, when this acting opportunity came on, and she's been on Power Book 2, she said, for 5 seasons. So at this point, she does have the acting bug. She loves it. She likes acting. She thought at one point that music was going to always be her thing, but now she's saying that, if another acting opportunity comes, she's definitely going to go for it. And I think that's beautiful because you don't have to be in a box, okay? All because you do one thing in the beginning, that doesn't mean that that's your end-all, be-all. Now, one thing that I didn't like is the fact that she said, I feel like I'm starting over. And the reason why she felt like that was because she hasn't done music in a while to really like push. She just had a baby, probably relearning her body. You know what I'm saying? Like, because your body changes, you know, with a baby, that's a lot of added pressure because you're somebody's mom. Then also at the same time, you have a husband. It's a lot. And then on top of that, the show that she's on, it got canceled. So this right here is her last season of working on that TV show. So at this point, she feels like she's starting over because she doesn't really have, you know, all the things that she once had. You know, when it comes to like, okay, I know I'm going back to work on this. I know that this is happening. It's just that she's going through a change, honestly. And I love that her husband and her manager was like, no, you're just kind of going through a rebranding process. You're not, you know, starting over and starting from the bottom, you know? And, you know, she kind of got a little emotional about it. And I just feel like, you know what? I just think that Keisha needs to take all the moments in and just keep grinding. Like, you know, if you still want to do music, drop some songs. If you want to be an actress, go ahead and continue to act. Like, there's so much opportunity out here. Don't get wrapped up in this thought that you can only do one thing or that, you know, you kind of lost your steam because you had a baby and all these things. Like, Keisha, you got it, okay? Don't even worry about it. You got it. The people who are for you, that want to support you, they will support you. Now, moving on, you guys. Actually, I want to say, we did see her at the premiere. They showed, like, a little video clip, and she looked great. Like, to have had a baby 6 months prior, she looks amazing, okay? Now, moving on, we have Ari, right? She's with Moneybagg Yo this time, and they talk about briefly, this was a brief conversation, them possibly having a baby. And then at this point, she says that she feels like she's in a real relationship right now because she's now doing wifely things and she's cooking for her man, and things are just a lot different when he was in Miami and she was in Atlanta. But now that they're in the same space, things are a little bit different, but it seems like it's for the better, okay? It seems like they're more locked in their relationship. Now, here's the thing. He's about to go on tour, and she's like, you know, what am I supposed to do while you're on tour? Like, I'm just going to be here in Miami. And he kind of like, you can figure that out. Like, you need to figure out something to do. And honestly, it's really interesting because when I think of like some of these girls, like, yes, they're so used to being a rapper's girlfriend, but it's like, girl, you have your own life outside of him. You know what I mean? Like, that's cute, but girl, get you some hobbies. Go meet you some friends in Miami. Like, make a time of it. You know? You can go see him at some dates, but at the end of the day, please continue to live your life, okay? Don't just be sitting at home waiting on him to come back. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing that I will say that annoyed me within this conversation between Ari and Moneybagg Yo is that man don't open up his mouth when he talk. And I honestly feel like, and this is not me judging him, I just honestly feel like some people that should really go to a speech therapist. Not because people can't understand them or they have an accent. No. Just so that sometimes people, they can learn how to open up their mouth and properly say words. I don't want to change the man or change, you know, his accent or anything like that. I'm just saying some people should absolutely relearn how to say certain words. That's all. Now, Ari mentioned that Yosan is about to graduate from kindergarten and she's going to fly her family out to Miami so that way they can celebrate with him because, baby, he is missing his family. And I said, you know what, that's a really cute idea for you to fly out, you know, all his little cousins and the rest of the family so that way y'all all can hang out. You know, that's cute. Now, one thing that I can say is that, y'all, whenever I look at Ari's face, it's given she was supposed to be a cute, curvy girl. And y'all know what I mean by curvy girl. Like, she was supposed to be like a solid size, like 12. Because her face is just so, like, it's cute but chubby, you know? I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to be that small, but it's okay. You cute. It just feels like she's supposed to be a bigger girl. Moving on. Tucson, he absolutely meets up with his bestie Tay. And here's the thing. Tucson, first of all, he talking about he doing some housewife things. I said, okay, sir. Sure you are. But you don't cook. Okay. So, Tucson basically, he does admit that he is lonely because at the end of the day, his two best friends, they are living in different parts of the world, right? Because he still is in Atlanta. So, here's the thing. They talk about how Ari and Tay, they are not friends. Tay feels like Ari ghosted him, and at the same time, she needs to learn how to communicate and all of these things. However, Tay does say that he does not have any bad blood with her, and he is willing to have a conversation. Baby, all Tucson got to do is set it up, and he will talk to this girl. I said, okay, great. Let's get the Three Musketeers back together. So we absolutely see that Ari has thrown her son this big party for him graduating, and baby, the whole family is there. The kids are there, the mom is there, well, the grandma's there, I think her sisters are there. Everybody is there. It's kind of one of those like Sky Zone jump around type places, right? We see the kids having a blast. Y'all, guess who else is there? G Herbo is there, okay? The baby daddy made it. Y'all remember when she went off on him last season because he missed the flight. So he made sure to be there on time this go around. Now, here's the thing. She says that at this point, they have a great co-parenting relationship. I'm wondering if they have such a great co-parenting relationship because he's no longer with Taina. Because y'all know, Ari hated the fact that he was with that girl, okay? I mean, my God, she went off about it. Nonetheless, we see these two talk about how her son does not like Miami. And baby, he chimes in, okay? He chimes in and is like, yeah, Miami sucks. F Miami. I said, whoa, excuse me? What kind of child are y'all raising? Because that is wild. And the fact that her response was not too much, I said, oh, baby, these the new parents. I am scared for our future. I am scared for our future, okay? So then she talks about, how her mom, I think she moved her mom to Miami as well. However, the rest of her peeps are in Atlanta. But keep in mind, when you think about Ari's story, she moved all of her family that was in, I think, Chicago. She moved them all the way out to Atlanta, to be with her or whatever. It was like a better life for them. So now they've all kind of, built a life in Atlanta. They can't just pack up and go to Miami. Like, they can't just follow this girl city to city because now they have lives as well. So she does have a conversation with her mom, right? So Ari talks to her mom about the situation because your son isn't happy in Miami. Now, her mom basically tells her, like, listen, you're going to have to make a decision, and whatever that decision is, it's going to be okay. Ari feels like she's in a lose-lose situation because if she stays in Atlanta, she won't be happy. She stay in Miami, your son won't be happy. And here's the thing. I know that he's missing his family, but like I said, go out in Miami, talk to some of the kids' parents that's in his classroom. So that way he doesn't have to miss his family so much. Like, he probably just needs friends in the area. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Ari just make a little bit more effort in that way. Or also, where's Moneybag Kids? I'm pretty sure he got one that's close in age to your son. You know what I'm saying? Where his kids at? I'm just saying, I feel like there's ways for her to make it work in Miami. Because here's the thing, I understand kids need stability. Kids like to stay in one place, especially if they've already made friends in certain areas. And it's not cool to always just pack kids up and move them around all around town, okay? I get that. But I don't feel like that's what's happening in this situation. I feel like Ari has reached a certain level at this point, and the way her places have been broken into 3 times, I would absolutely not want to be in Atlanta. I really wouldn't. Like, That is an invasion of privacy. That is wrong on so many different levels. Like, I would feel some type of way being in Atlanta. So I completely understand her wanting to start fresh in Miami. You know what I'm saying? As well as being more secure in Miami. Her son is just going to have to make some new friends, as well as maybe every time she go to Atlanta, she can take her son. Also, Atlanta is not far from Miami, so you know what I'm saying? Over the holidays, make sure he goes to see his family. Now, if I'm being completely honest when I think about it, though, the way that little boy was like, F Miami, Miami sucks, and I get it that he misses his cousins, but it's given. Maybe he was always with his cousins while Ari was out doing her thing and doing whatever she doing in the city and in the streets. And he was mostly with them, and now he ain't with them people no more. So now he's really lonely and sad. That's what I'm getting. Like, I know that we've seen Ari always post her son on social media, but it's given that he was mostly spending time with them people and not her. But we gonna go ahead and move on. So the girlies meet up. We have Tori, Keisha, and Ari. Here's the thing. These girls don't really know each other like that. So they're just meeting up for the show and trying to get to know each other. Now, when it comes to Tori, we learned that she was supposed to be on tour with Rich the Kid. Her name was on the tour. However, he already has a DJ. AKA, she got the opportunity to do this show. So while he's on tour making his money, she's on this TV show making her money. That's what it's giving. Here's the thing. While they were at that table, y'all, because they met up for like drinks or whatever, Ari asked them people for plastic utensils. And baby, it irritated me because here's the thing. You can ask for plastic utensils all you want, yet you're going to eat off that plate. And it ain't a paper plate, baby. It ain't all styrofoam. But okay, whatever. Nonetheless, according to Tori, right? She hasn't been out the house since she had her son. And he's about 5 at this point. And I'm just like, well, it seems like you have been out the house considering you got hosting gigs and you're this big DJ. So you got to go out the house sometime, girl. But nonetheless, according to her, Rich the Kid wants to marry her. However, because he has cheated on her in the past, she feels like they're still in the stages of repairing their relationship. Ari, she opens up about the fact that Moneybagg cheated on her, and she says that it was something that they kept private and nobody knew about it. My question is, was this one of those times when y'all was subbing each other on Twitter and stuff? Because y'all remember when they kept going back and forth with that mess? I think it was one of those times. However, she does say that if this man cheated again, she would be leaving him because she's not accepting that. And I love that for her. You gave him one time, he told you that he cheated, y'all moved past it. It ain't gonna be no other chances, okay? Now, according to Tori, though, the way she describes Rich cheating on her is interesting because I don't want to say excuse, but it's kind of an excuse. She kept saying like, we were rich and in our 20s, like stuff is gonna happen. And I'm just like, okay, that sounds like you're making an excuse for this man, but that's okay. And then she goes on to say, that they've grown up now. And I'm like, okay, well, that's really good. Because I would hope that Rich has grown since he cheated on you. So that way he's not continuing the pattern, okay? He's not continuing to cheat on you because that's horrible. Ari, she ends up talking about it in her confessional. She's like, I think the difference is that with me and Moneybagg, like, our situation was something that we were able to talk out and discuss amongst ourselves versus Tori. Tori stuff made headlines. I guess the Shade Room and, all the blogs, they caught wind of Rich the Kid cheating on her. And of course, they blasted it. And you have the internet chiming in saying, oh, Tori this and Rich the Kid cheated that. So I can only imagine the amount of pressure that Tori has felt, especially even her taking him back. You know what I'm saying? Because you still have people like, oh, she's still with him and he cheated on her. Y'all already know how the internet is. But hopefully, we do see Tori and Rich, be a happy family and get married at some point. Moving on, we have Carly. She meets up with her auntie, and auntie's very pretty. Hell, Carly's pretty. And here we go, y'all. I'm irritated. I'm irritated with Carly already because we're still talking about Thug. We have got to move forward from Jeffrey, okay? We're in season 3. I know you came in season 2, but baby, you have got to flip the switch. Please, because for your own sanity and for your own growth, you have got to let go of Thug and whatever he got going on. Okay? So we have the aunt talking about how, the family has to grieve losing him. Girl, no. You should have said this in season 1. Okay? That man has moved on. He's with Mariah the Scientist. At this point, they've been rocking together for well over a year. It's been probably about 2 or 3 now. Carly, you gotta let it go, okay, baby? You have to. So the aunt, she actually brings up the fact that there were opportunities that Carly missed out on. Like, she missed out on different brand opportunities as well as record deals on, the strength of her being Young Thug's baby mama. I said, whoa. If that's the case, Carly, this needs to be the storyline. We need to see you grinding. We need to see you in meetings trying to, up these brand deals. You know what I'm saying? Recoup all the things that you lost, baby. That's what we want to see. Let us see you in the booth. Let us see you. You know what I'm saying? Not just sit around and talk about, I'm going to talk about the music, but we ain't going to ever play the music. Or I can talk about Jeffrey and he's my ex. And girl, we got to move forward, okay? Now, the aunt even looks at her wrist and is like, oh, you still have that tattoo. Y'all, she got a tattoo that says Jeff on her wrist. And Carly, baby, I need you to remove it, okay? Unless you have a child by that man and the baby name is Jeff, I need for you to go ahead and let that tattoo go. Get it covered up, baby. We have some amazing tattoo artists out here that can do some amazing work. Get it covered, okay? Because you have got to refocus on yourself and your identity outside of your ex. Moving on, we see Ari, she's having this conversation with Tay, and baby, she definitely thinks that he's wrong. Baby, he's so wrong that she is not even about to apologize to him, okay? Because she brings this story back to the fact that at Tucson party, he didn't want to talk to her. However, Tay feels like that wasn't the place to address their situation and their issues. And honestly, I was over this conversation because it was giving that they had a conversation prior to filming. That's the vibe I was getting. Because the way Ari kept raising her voice, I said, girl, bring it down a little bit, okay? She talks about how, he's not taking accountability and you need to take accountability for all these things. And he finally ends up apologizing to her. However, she never took accountability for the things that she did. So I'm just kind of like, well, what are we doing here? I'm a little confused. So what I found interesting is that they start talking about Tucson and basically they kind of feel like he needs to figure, some stuff out. Like, it's giving that they're tired of Tucson being on their coattails. Okay? Because at this point, Tay has made a name for himself. He is a hairstylist that is known in the industry. He has high-end A-list clients. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has a following. He got it going on. Same thing with Ari. Ari has her supporters. Ari is a businesswoman. I don't know who's buying her products. I don't know if they're good. I don't know. But she out here, she doing the thing. Tucson, it's giving you're a claim your order, okay? It's giving that you're just there to benefit off of whatever your friends is doing. So he definitely needs to find his own lane. And I feel like, maybe him being in Atlanta by himself while they are away, it gives him time to refocus, regroup, and shine on his own. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can figure out what he does best. But y'all, that was the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.